much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Here are the five for the Clippers. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots.
Let's go.
And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. And looking at the Nets, down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Johnson is out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Williams at the 3. Johnson, that's for 2. And the call. On the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
You know what's interesting to me about Cam Johnson? He comes into the league with a reputation strictly as a sweet shooter. The fact is he's proven to be much more than that.
No good on that one. And you talk about complementary pieces, Doris. Cam Johnson could fit on any team in the NBA.
And that... is because, Kevin, he has got one of the most valuable skills in the game today. That's range shooting. He's got size and a quick release, and he just continues to grow on the defensive end.
That one misses. So, Greg, it doesn't get much better than this, does it? Major playoff implications in this one tonight.
Both teams have a lot on the line in this contest. Seeding in the postseason can make or break a team's chances.
And there's the foul. It's on Cameron Johnson. That's his first foul. Leonard looking around. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Just incredible touch from the interior. Kawhi Leonard more than capable in that painted area.
Shoots from the baseline. And a rejection by Zubac. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite. Known for his incredible defense, Leonard's huge hands and timing really helped make an impact on that end.
Shot from 12. And it's off the back rim, no good. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Harden with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Harden against Johnson. Harden the pass to Zubac. Taken away by Williams. Johnson in the corner. And stolen by Leonard. And here we go. Pass to Harden. Powell kicks to Dunn. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles.
Got one.
Harden.
Play with me out there. Play with me over here.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Searching for their first points of the game. And a rejection by Zubac.
How about Zubac? Worked so hard on the defensive end. Nicely done.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Free throw good. James Harden.
When you have one of the great scorers in the history of the game, as you do with James Harden, obviously you want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Leonard with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up. Leonard, the pass to Dunn, takes the three. Harden's shot is off. The Nets have gone 0-3 from the field to start the game. Doris, recently the Clippers relocated their G League team, bringing basketball back to the city of San Diego.
Kevin, I absolutely love this because San Diego gets its first NBA representation since 1984. And yes, it's great for the city itself, but it's also a smart move by the NBA. You are tapping into an untouched market. Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Williams dishes to Johnson. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the bucket by the Nets. Shot clock at 5. Dunn kicks the foul. That 3 off the mark.
Once I found my range, once I find out what I'm doing with that, I'm in trouble.
Williams in the post. Guarded by Powell. The shot by Williams, no
little
good.
man.
Clippers have gone just 1 for 5
down
from the field to start the quarter. And Keon Johnson picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, just a little too physical out there right now. That's already his second foul.
Wilson, he's checked in for the Nets. Jones checked in for the Clippers. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Leonard finds Jones.
Hold on.
Back to Leonard. Just 5 to shoot.
Bobby.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Kawhi Leonard decides to flash that explosive athleticism. This guy works so hard on both his body and his craft.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Lewis checked in for Johnson. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for the Clippers. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time. Well, let's have a look at some league leaders from the last 10 games. Here are the highest scoring point guards in the NBA during that time. 5th on the list, James Harden.
And this is a group of guys who have that uncanny knack to simply score and put points up while they find ways to get the rest of the team involved. Really the complete package.
You know, they truly are. Whether it's one-on-one situations or staying within that team framework, that is a gifted group offensively. And, you know, you said it.
Got it back.
Put up big points from the one-guard spot is what really sets them apart.
Clippers leading by 5. Doris, with what he's done in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard seems to be a lock for the Hall of Fame.
I agree, Kevin. And the reason is he's got a couple of championships under his belt. More importantly, he's got individual awards, All-NBA, Defensive Player of the Year. And he's been able, in the most leveraged moments of a season, to be the focal point for his team. And that's a big driver of Hall of Fame status.
Now Jones, after D'Angelo Russell's three-pointer that didn't go. Jones finds Harden. And the foul on Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first. Be willing to absorb the contact.
After that, that's bullshit. We shouldn't have.
Nets trail by 7.
I got that too.
They need a bucket in a big way here.
I see. The bed was open.
Russell, no look.
How do you?
Los Angeles
how do you know where's the sweet
three-point
spot?
land to start out. Can goal from outside.
The arrow there, you don't.
Leonard, no luck.
Everybody shit different.
And here's Brooklyn. Lewis with it. This game he had 10 points. Here's Johnson. Good work defensively by Jones. Clippers leading by 7. Left side, Leonard.
Let them out. Let them out. Let them out.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the first. Back to Powell. Jones, the pass to Harden. It's stolen by Johnson.
But still. You're going nowhere with that.
And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul. Substitutions on the court.
Can't let you produce on something.
15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Brooklyn shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
The free throw drops for Lewis.
See. He won it.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Outside, Jones. 3 seconds left. Here's Zubac. And so is the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective.
LOD.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom?
Pay attention, you know, hit the ball. You ready? As soon as I tap that shit, press that.
Bottom of the standings, with not a lot of hope for the regular season.
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations.
They've got Sharp. Lewis is out there with Williams. And it's Wilson in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. First team. And here is Los Angeles now. 6-point game. Jones, no luck. Jones has gone 1 of 4 from the field. Williams inside. Bogdanovich on him. Williams' shot is off. Here's Simmons. Still scoreless. And Jones with the stuff.
You can tell Simmons is a guy who, from the moment he picked up a basketball, has been a point guard by nature.
Lewis on top, guarded by Simmons. It's good, and the Clippers moved down to just 6 points with the basket from Lewis.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. In the second half of the season, this group of teams has really heated up from beyond the arc. The Clippers 3rd.
I mean, they've gotten better at shooting the ball as the season has gone on, and you like their trajectory. I mean, they're in a great offensive groove right now.
Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Toronto said half of it is great talent. I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for the Clippers. Here we are, 2 games left before the start of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the possible field. To take a look at the Nets, it hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason. Nets trail by 9. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Lewis against Dunn. Pass to Sharp. Shoots over Zubac. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And they continue to control the glass.
Dunn up top. Lewis covering to the middle. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Coffey. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Nets have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Here's Wilson. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Clippers leading by 9. Jones looking for an opening. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, if you allow Zubac positioning near the cup, look out. This is what you can expect.
And here are the Nets coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And coming into that one, looking to be competitive, but the spirit and talent just too great.
You have the sense that they expected that result. Once they dug themselves into a hole, I thought they let go of the rope.
Recently, Doris, the Clippers have had their most successful stretch in franchise history.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They've only missed the playoffs twice, going all the way back to 2012. They made their first conference finals in team history back in 2021. Not bad for a franchise that had one of the worst win-loss records in league history.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Nets trail by 12. Here's Watford. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Clippers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Picked away. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Jones. Jumps up, and Jones slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Watford inside. Dunn covering. And that one is good.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Johnson, he's checked in for the Nets. D'Angelo Russell comes in for Trendon Watford. And then for Los Angeles, Simmons checked in for Zubac. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Amir Coffey. And it's Harden in for Bogdanovich. Harden, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish. He's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
He had a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
They managed to force turnovers with their energy and effort defensively, and it's led to some easy offense.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
We've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
Here's Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Doris, what's the key for a team like the Nets, who have to hit the reset button, so to speak?
I think, Kevin, you have to find consistency at the head coaching position, because then you can set clear and achievable goals for your team going forward. You set a style of play, commit to it, and just build year by year, game by game.
Here's Russell. Stolen by Harden. Pass to Jones. Kicks it out to Leonard. 1:52 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Claxton. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket.
Boy, got a game now. Let's go.
1 for 3. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And I credit the shot selection in that one. It's hard to stay patient.
Oh, that was
You
mine.
see the reward.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
Claxton, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
This goes to the rim. Ben Simmons just leaves no doubt.
1:07 left in the first half. Nets trail by 14. And here's Russell. No scoring in this one. And there it is for him.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out how to switch the character. I want them to be not to help.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter.
That lane, they're going to take that shit.
Okay, James Harden showing you. I've still got the vertical in my bag of tricks.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy.
I got playing that zone. Eat that shit.
The Nets making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Ben Simmons. And Norman Powell is subbed in for James Harden. Russell with it. Now guarded by Dunn. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And not too long ago, Doris, there were such high hopes for the Nets' future.
I mean, think about it, Kevin. A few years back, people were talking about Brooklyn being a dynasty in the making. They were loaded with talent. And for a lot of reasons, it fell apart pretty quickly. How fine is that line between success and failure in the league? Incredible.
And so Russell hits them both.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Here's Powell. Nothing on the board. 34 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Leonard with a screen on Johnson. Powell kicks to Leonard. Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. This one for 3. Bring it up for Kawhi Leonard from 3.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers riding a 15-point lead at the end. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
They have to be better offensively. Shooting under 40%. You know how to fix that, fellas? Feed the bigs.
Stop the... Okay, now we've got some time. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
So for the Clippers right now, we'll see Powell and Leonard playing the forward spots. Chris Dunn is out there with Harden. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle.
Well, James Harden's ability to put it on the deck and get to the cup is elite. And because of that size and frame, he's going to finish most often.
And as James Harden enters his mid-30s, Doris, he's still able to put his fingerprints all over a game.
It's so true, Kevin. Rumors of his supposed demise have been greatly exaggerated. This guy's able to create shots for himself and his teammates at an elite level.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So, it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
At the line for the Clippers, James Harden. One time on the line.
That free throw good from Harden.
James Harden brings tremendous versatility. He can score it, he can distribute. Whatever you need from him offensively, he can provide it.
Johnson against Dunn. From downtown. Doesn't get to the drop corner. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 18. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. While we're in this break, let's take a moment now to acknowledge the strong defense we've been seeing from that point guard position lately. These are the steal leaders among point guards since the All-Star break. Fourth, James Harden.
And with these guys, they are always going to give you an equally outstanding effort at both ends of the floor. I mean,
wow, James Harden putting a little sauce in the finish. Nicely done.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
And checking out some stats for D'Angelo Russell. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging 12 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
Back out here.
Harden scanning the floor. Pass to Powell. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
2 seconds.
Well, let me mix it.
2 minutes into the second half of play now.
You watching?
Here's Harden.
Boy, the 7-foot wingspan
good
of
D
Nick
right there. That's
Claxton
good D, man.
contesting shots with great effect.
Oh, so let me get it back in front of you.
Here's Russell. Here's Claxton. And terrific work.
Aggressive play. Good shit.
And he picks up 2.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Johnson against Leonard.
Man wide open.
Johnson inside. And the rejection by Zubac.
What a great defensive play by Ivica Zubac. This guy just gives you great effort defensively.
Pass to Leonard for 3. Harden with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Harden kicks to Dunn. 4 on the clock. Harden the pass to Dunn. His 3-pointers off the mark.
You gotta go, bro.
Nets trail by 16.
Big man, step him.
Now Claxton. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Williams can't get it to go. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field.
Little nigga.
Leonard kicks to Harden. Lets it go from deep. And the Clippers miss again.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
A shot's good for Claxton.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Thought you was catching up.
Harden the pass to Zubac. Powell in the high post. He's against Williams. Trying to get something going. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
He's wide open.
Trend over the last several months for Kawhi Leonard.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love
getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just
that shit was tough.
get better.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Clowney's checked in, and it's Wilson in for Johnson.
Bring him out.
Powell against Wilson. Powell kicks to Leonard. Rebound, Brooklyn. Now, here is Russell. 8 points for him. Here's Wilson. No good off the front iron.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
With it, Russell's there. Outside, Jones. Here's Harden. No good with the win.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
It's good, and the Clipper leaders cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Russell.
This guy, an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between, dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
Here's Harden. Banked in off the glass. Harden's got 10 points in the game.
I'll tell you, tough first half puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
Here's Russell. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Sharp checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Lewis comes in for Williams. And Martin subbed in for Russell. And then for Los Angeles, Amir Coffey's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Bogdanovich comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Ben Simmons in for James Harden. Los Angeles with another miss.
The first time.
To the paint. It's stolen by Jones. And here they come. Here's Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into easy points.
And so it's Los Angeles with us. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA. And you see it right there on display.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Martin. He's out there with Lewis. Sharp out there with Wilson. And it's Clowney in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Leonard with the steal. Outside, Bogdanovich. Back to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
We've seen this script before. Kawhi Leonard starts early and continues throughout the course of the night. Defense is in for a long haul.
Martin up top, Dunn covering. And it's Martin missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
This is how dominant Leonard can be. And once he finds his comfort zone, he keeps his foot on the gas.
And Dunn over to help. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results.
Here's Clowney. Dunn covering. Drives to the hoop. Clowney, good.
Big monster.
Los Angeles leading by 20. Dunn outside. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here on the 4th. Pass to Bogdanovich. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Dunn misses.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Here's Sharp. That one wide left.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Here's Bogdanovich. And the layup's good off the glass. Bogdanovich has got his first bucket in this one.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Sharp. Simmons pulls it in.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Doris, why is there so much parity around the NBA now?
Yeah, Kevin, I think the new salary cap rules have certainly contributed to what we're seeing in terms of that parity. Super teams are more difficult to assemble. The talent is more evenly spread. And obviously, it has made for a greater level of competition. What could be better?
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. Here now, the Clippers. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Here's Coffey. He's guarded by Russell. And here's Simmons for three. Brooklyn with the rebound. Johnson with it. Jones covering. They get it back, and he comes up with the deuce.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Pass to Jones. Outside for Simmons. Inside. And the rejection by Claxton. Johnson outside. And it's blocked.
That's so mine, bro.
Jones with it. Of course, we're in the world now of super agency, which consolidate player representation. What do you think?
Kev, I think obviously it gives some more power to the players because of the bargaining leverage. But for player movement, does it give more power to the big market teams? We're going to have to watch this unfold.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Los Angeles.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kawhi Leonard.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
No good from Simmons.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
Claxton with it, now guarded by Bogdanovich. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Jones. Pass to Coffey. No good on the triple. Johnson outside.
Crazy, I get kind of out of here. It's like crazy going on here. What the hell we doing this shit here, man? Last night, man. They got both of us.
And the first one at the line is good. And Johnson drops them both.
Excellent. Excellent. Oh, that's you. You press it.
Los Angeles calls timeout. 1 second left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
It's not completely over, and they know that. But if they carry out their game plan, they should be golden.
First and only 3-point in the game. Last name Miller, he better not say.
Miller outside. No good. So the Clippers winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them.
Sold out.
And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now, let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much.
Kawhi,
how satisfied are you with your team's performance tonight in this win?
We did a great job tonight. You know, we got to come in every game with the defensive hat on first, and we did that tonight. We made shots, and we ended up winning the game.
You took it to him when it mattered, man.
Nigga said I got 2 jobs, you know.
All right, D.A.
Nigga said I had Miss Renez.
For Greg
I had Miss
Anthony,
Renez route.
Burke, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific.
It was intense, but I pulled through.
Thanking you for tuning in. But as we go,
I made the only win the game. It changed that we made there.
Kawhi Leonard.
Wow.